Good morning, folks. I gotta get ready for work, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. A look, just super simple, but I really wanted to come and give y'all the updated tea because, child, things went left. Things went very, very left with the old boy. There were so many red flags that just could not be ignored. So let's go. I really don't even know where to start with this, like the catch up portion. So I'm gonna try to take y'all through. You know what I'm saying? I'm using a little bit of my NYX. Y'all know this little pencil. Not NYX, sorry. It's an NK pencil drugstore brand that I use to fill in my brows. So like I said, there were just a lot of red flags for me. Number one being him just kind of love bombing me, like meaning he was calling every, hour to check on me. And at first I thought it was cute, like, oh my goodness, again, somebody showing interest in me. And that's all fine and dandy. I hadn't been shown interest in a while, so I was here for it. But then after a while it just became very overwhelming. My thing was, yeah, I like you, but not enough to put all my eggs in one basket, if that makes sense. Like, I still want to date other people, type of thing. And it was like, in his mind, after only a couple dates, he thought we was gonna be together. He started calling me his girl, and I'm like, wait. Like, this is going too fast, sir. I don't even know your last name. Um, but that wasn't it. Like, they were red flags, and I was just like, this is moving a little bit fast, but okay. I thought maybe he was just playing and whatever. So, one of like the major red flags for me is on one of the dates we went on, this man started talking about, well, when I'm in a relationship, I like to be babied, like I want my woman to cook for me, and she just has to give me back rubs and all this extra shit. And I'm like, well, what do you do for your woman in return? Like, you talking about everything that you want, but what is it that you do for your woman? And he's like, oh, nah, I'm not like that with her. Like, it's just really about me. So I said, you're selfish. And he was like, yeah. And I thought maybe he was just playing because he tried to laugh it off. But I'm like, in the back of my mind, like, that's a notch. Like, I don't think you're playing, sir. Again, I'm doing just a simple look. So I'm going to use my little trio right here from Patrick Starr. And I'm probably going to use these two shades to just give me, like, a nice little brown look. Anyway, he called me one night, and it was just late night, and I thought, okay, well, maybe it's just because it's the weekend type of thing, but I'm not that type of bitch that you can just be calling late nights. Like, I work, and I really do believe in that saying, ain't shit open after midnight but some legs, and that just ain't really my thing, nigga. I don't know you, right? And after we got off of our second date, he called, and he goes, this is red flag number two. He calls and he goes, I miss you. And I'm like, how you miss somebody like you really don't know, right? Because we have not had any conversations of substance, meaning like, I don't know your last name, nigga. I don't know your relationship with your mother and your father. You've mentioned you have a brother and a sister, but is there more? Like, I don't know too much of anything. I know you're 39 and I know you don't have any kids. We haven't really touched on why you're single, when your last relationship was. Like, I like to go into details type of shit to get to know somebody. And then, like, even I wanted to go into even more details because I felt like, do you have attachment issues? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where my mind is, because I think it's very strange for us to have only been out 2 times and maybe had 3 conversations, and you're already talking about you miss me and you don't know anything about me, right? So I'm like, does he have attachment issues? Is he possessive? Okay, like, although I like you and I'm getting butterflies, ha 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 ha, nigga, my head is still on a swivel, right? Oh, let me back up, because he also did something else that I was not fond of at all, right? So he asked why I did not want to go out with him that first night and meet him for drinks. And I said, well, I mean, as women, or as a woman out here, especially as a single woman, I have to be extremely careful with going out. You never know somebody's intentions. this man said, well, it's nothing that you gotta be worried about. Like, I don't understand all that. Like, if you like somebody, just get to know them. That was another red flag, because I felt like you tried to invalidate the way that I felt, right? So I don't really like that. I don't really like that, because you should be able to understand different perspectives. As I was able to understand your perspective of calling me, which is a little weird, back to back that night to want to meet up, I understood that sometimes people go after what they want, right? So I need you to understand my perspective of coming as, I don't know you. It's a lot of shit going on in the world, and as a woman, I should be safe. Stranger danger. So in my mind, it was like another strike, because I was like, this man is not capable of having an intellectual conversation where he is able to understand both perspectives, and see a perspective outside of his own, right? So I was like, I don't really like that, and I don't like my feelings to be invalidated. Even if you do not understand where I'm coming from, listen and just be like, okay, well, I could understand that. I can see your perspective on it, right? And the fact that you can't use your words and effectively understand, like, it shows me that you're emotionally immature, right? So that's another red flag for me. But again, I was just trying to be like, all right, because I am an overthinker. So I was like, maybe you're just overthinking the situation a little bit too much, right? But these are things that have my wheels turning. Like I said, I'm at an age now, like, I know what I want specifically and I know what I don't want, right? And I felt like, well, even at the end of the day, if this does not come of anything romantic, like, he may be a fun time, you know what I'm saying? It may just be a fun time. I was like, maybe he could just be somebody that you hit up from time to time to go out for a drink, have a good time, you know what I'm saying? He might just be a bench warmer, not really a floor player, but just a bench warmer, and that's okay, right? But the signs just kept getting worse, right? And I also paid very close attention to the importance of labels to him. And when I say labels, like, he made it a point to make sure that I seen his belt, which was, I guess, Louis Vuitton, and I got on the wristwatch, and like, it was just a lot. And y'all know, like, if you know anything about me, I am not materialistic. I don't give a shit about none of that. Like, I want to know what's up in here and what the fuck is up in here. Like, all that extra stuff don't mean nothing to me. So that was also a red flag. But again, y'all, I was trying to be optimistic about the situation and say, he may just be that type of dude you call from time to time, and y'all go out, y'all have a good time, nothing more, you know? So he calls, and this is like the second time he has called me, and he is with his friends, which I don't mind, but it's loud. It sounds like a fucking trap, and y'all know I pay attention to background shit, right? Like, I'm really big on my surroundings, and what you're doing in the background really helps me to know who you are as a person, right? So he calls, and this is just a little bit of elf concealer, sorry. He calls and he's like, well, I just missed you, and I just thought about you. And I was like, well, the first time you did it, like, that was cute. I was like, oh, that's really cute, but now this is a lie, right? Because we have not had any conversations of substance, nigga. I don't even know your birth date. I don't know anything about you. I don't even know your last name. So, we're on the call, and this man is talking about him and his friends are over there watching videos, right? And my first issue is this: like, if you call me, your attention should be on me. I don't need you talking to people in the background, because it's like, what the fuck am I on the phone for, right? So it's late, I'm irritated because I be in the bed, and then you're talking to people in the background, so you basically just wanted me to be on the phone and listen to you talk. Like, that's not me. Then a bunch of grown men in their late 30s, almost 40s, sitting around watching videos is very weird to me. But whatever, okay? So he's like, well, you don't know who Finesse 2 Times is? And I'm like, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you not one of his songs. Like, I'm not big into, like, the rap like that. Like, I like a little new artist, but to me, the new artists just don't hit like the old artists, right? So I'm more of a old school person, but you would have known that had we had conversations of substance, right? This man is like, oh no, you gotta know who he is. I'm telling you, know who he is. You know who he is. Hey dog, play that Finesse 2 Times for her, cause she know. Watch, listen to this song. I'm telling you, you know who this man is. And I'm like, nigga, I might tell you a joke, but I don't tell you no lies. I don't know who that man is. So he plays the song, and I'm like, I don't know who that man is. He's like, oh, because I was introduced to him in the club, you know, like I just know him when I be in the club. Another red flag for me, because why are you fucking 40 still kicking it in the club? Like, I don't know. We do lounges, we do dinner, we do cocktails. Like, that's the type of vibe I'm on. I don't want no 40-year-old still going to the motherfucking club. Like, I need you to grow up just a little bit. Just a smidget. Just grow the fuck up, okay? And I hate them old people. I'm not saying he's old, but I'm just saying I hate older people who still try to act as if they are young. Like, you can be young old, which means that there is a way for you to still have youthfulness about you and still do mature things. Like, you don't have to keep doing these immature shit. Like, grow up. Something is telling me to do like this little iridescent pink, but I don't know. We're gonna try it and see what happens. Hopefully it come out cute. Hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm like, ugh, like, I gotta go. So I get off the phone, and I was hoping that he kind of understood, like, that was a lot for me, but it didn't really seem like it registered, right? So, the next day he does his little 1-2 of the text messages, and then he calls. And he's like, can you get out tonight? And I tell him, I said, it's a Sunday, right? We've kicked it the last 2 days, but I gotta go back to being a mom. I gotta go back into work mode. This right here, we not gonna do this every day, right? Then this man invites himself to my house. He's like, well, I could just come over. You can come over where? You come where? Because you can't come to my house, not where my kids lay their fucking head. Now, you lost your goddamn mind. Now, you done went too far. Nigga, I don't know you. You act like we have known each other for all of our lives. Nigga, I don't know you. So he's like, well, if it's cool with you, can, you know, we FaceTime later? I said, that's fine. So we FaceTime, and here he goes again being fucking immature. He is with his family. Again, not his family, his homeboys. And to me, that's a red flag, because it's like, nigga, I've known you for 3 days and you ain't never been at your house. Do you have a house? Do you have an apartment? That, because according to him, he has an apartment in Plano and a house in Grand Prairie. Why you ain't never home is my question. I've known you for 3 days, and all I have ever seen you do was kick it with your homeboys. Another red flag. This ain't dark enough for me, so I'm about to use a little bit of black. Just a smidget. Anyway, we on the FaceTime. Then this man proceeds to turn the camera around and show me his family. Another fucking red flag, because, nigga, I do not know you. That's gonna be the title of the video. I don't know you. Okay, like, why are you showing me your people, right? Like, as if I'm interested in them. That's kind of like people who have kids and they instantly put their kids on FaceTime with you. Like, dude, I'm trying to get to know you. I don't give a shit about your kid right now. Like, get that kid off this damn camera. So he does that, and I'm like, okay. Then again, once again, instead of you having a conversation with me, you talking to 5 other people, right? And he's like, well, I just miss you so much. And I tell him, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter bitch, okay? I said, I do not feel like you like me as much as you think you like me, right? But I said it in like a jokingly way. I was like, that's why I tell y'all, a lot of people that joke with y'all, sometimes they be dead serious, right? Because I be dead serious when I fucking play. Ha ha ha. But I am so serious. So I'm like, I don't feel like you like me as much as you think you do. I think this is more of a lust situation for you. Girl, why the hell I say that? Why the hell I say that? Oh my goodness, before I even go into that, he had this, like, okay, so he kept showing me the family that was in the house, right? And I had to close my eyes because the image was just, it was a lot. I almost opened my mouth, like not even trying to be rude. So he kept showing me his people, and I guess his friend had fallen asleep on the floor. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be I'm not over exaggerating at all. I'm being so serious. This man looked like he could be on my 600-pound life. He is sitting up on the floor, and he has his shirt out, titties out, and he asleep. And he's like, look at him, you know, he's sleep, look at him, like he just an immature thing. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, sir, like, I don't want to be rude, but like, can you please take the camera off him? Like, I didn't call you to see my 600-pound life. If I wanted to watch that, I watch the shit on TV where they have their clothes on. I did not call you to see. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not, because I think everybody is allowed to have whatever body they want. But sir, like, please get that off of the camera, okay? And yeah, that was a little bit of NARS primer. It was like he wanted me to say something. I don't know. It was just an immature thing. Like, to me, nigga, grow up. Grow up. Anyway, before I even, oh, yes, okay, so okay, you know what? No, let me go back, because before I mention the lust thing, this man, because when we were at dinner, he asked me, he didn't ask me, but it came up in conversation that I had a Christmas party this week, right? So now we're on the phone, and he's like, well, are you going to invite me to your Christmas party? So I busted out laughing, and he's like, oh, that was funny. And I'm like, nigga, I thought you were joking. And he's like, no, I was being so serious, because I would invite you to my Christmas party. I don't know you. I do not know. Nigga, you think I'm about to have you right where I make my bread? Is you fucking crazy? So I'm like, well, it's an internal event, you know, which it is. He's like, no, because all Christmas parties can have a +1. If you ain't want me going, you should have just said you don't want me going. I said, well, I don't want you going, and it is an internal. Like, sir, I don't even know you to lie to you. You are a stranger. You are a stranger. I don't give a shit about your feelings, so I don't know you to lie to you and be caping for you, sir. Like, it is an internal party, but if it wasn't, if I had the option to bring a +1, it would not be you. It would not be you. This man really sat on his damn phone and caught an attitude because I did not invite him to this damn Christmas party. I said, oh, this man is zesty. Like, what? He's like, well, I mean, you would want to go to mine. I said, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. He's like, well, I mean, it could be women there. You wouldn't want nobody just sitting up there talking around your man. I said, it's also men there. Don't nobody give a fuck about who you work with. He's like, I just want to let you know that that's where a lot of affairs happen in the workplace. I agree, but if I can't trust my man to go to work, then I don't need to be with that nigga, right? And I don't like that, because I ain't an insecure type of bitch. So like, don't put that off on me. That ain't really my thing. But I was like, in the back of my mind, he probably wants somebody to be all up on him the same way he all up on me. That ain't gonna happen over here. It ain't gonna happen. So anyway, that's the NARS foundation. My bad. So, what happened? Oh, okay. So, back to the lusting comment. Girl, when I tell you he flipped his shit, and this is where I knew. I had made it up. I was 99.9% sure we was never going to talk again. So, I told him that he was lusting over me, and this man said, ho, 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 ho. Hold on. Like, I mean, your head a little big, so I'm going to have to pop it just a little bit. Like, if I wanted you, I could have you. And I mean, I ain't trying to say like you know all of that, but I mean, come on now. I said, oh, so you one of them podcast type niggas, huh? You try to humble bitches, right? That's what you is. I said, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me, dog. This ain't gonna work, because I'd have been had to tell you about yourself real quick. You're not even that cute, but we gonna let you have your moment. Alright, I'm gonna use some e.l.f. concealer. And I'm one of them type of girls, like, I'm very secure in the way that I look. I'm very secure in myself. And I don't need no man to be pumping me up, right? So, I'm also not one of them women who gonna sit up here and go on a rampage and try to defend why I think I'm cute. Because, nigga, you're not the only one that was checking for me. You're not the only one that's gonna be checking for me, right? So, I'm really not concerned. So I just sat there and let him have his moment. I said, you know, I gotta go. He like, oh, oh, did I offend you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you or whatever. I said, you know, you really don't know how to express yourself emotionally. I don't feel like you're emotionally mature, and that's gonna be a problem for me. And he's like, well, I mean, you got a lot of problems today, and you only get 3 a day. Going back to the goofiness, y'all ever like been around somebody who is goofy because they're nervous or goofy because they not secure? That's what I got for him. Like, it wasn't goofy funny, it was goofy like it's an immature, I'm not really secure in my manhood. Oh, that's another thing. That was another red flag. I gotta tell you about that shit. So let me go back again. Child, it was so many damn red flags. So we're having a conversation, and in the bar walks in like a gay couple or whatever. And he like, nah, I got a problem with men being gay. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I have a suspicion. I don't deal with men who are extremely uncomfortable around gay people, right? And the reason why I don't is because I feel like there is a deep rooted seed of you fighting your masculinity, and possibly wanting to try it, right? But you're so afraid of what people may think of you that you have this such a hatred towards gay people. I personally do not care, right? And the reason why I don't care is because what you eat don't make me shit, right? How you decide to live your life is the way that you decide to live your life. As long as you don't try to push that off on me, I personally don't give a damn, right? So you could be sitting next to me with your significant other making out, and that ain't gonna bother me because that ain't my lifestyle, right? You happy, you want to do what you do, you do what you do. You know, I don't give a damn, right? I don't judge people because I feel like people really knew my story. There's a lot of niggas that could be judging me, right? So I don't cast judgment off of no one, right? So he becomes just irate about it, right? And so I told him, I said, same thing I just told y'all. I don't care. Why do you care so much? They ain't saying nothing to you. They ain't came over here hitting on you. So what the fuck is the problem? Well, I just, they're not, how are we supposed to keep the human race going? How are you supposed to keep the human race going if they're not going to be able to procreate? All this fucking technology out here, and you worried about keeping the human race going? Nigga, you not keeping the human race going because you don't even have no kids. You not procreating. And you talking about keeping a human race going? This is that dumb shit. I was like, I'm not going to be able to fuck with it. I'm just not. So he like, I don't know. They sinning. Nigga, you sinning. You sinning. You lusting. You sinning. The fuck? Worried about somebody else's sin. So I told him, I'm like, on judgment day, you think Jesus gonna ask you about what they over there doing? Or he gonna ask you about the shit you did? He like, well, I mean, there should be more open-minded people in the world like you. So he's like, because I told him, I said, I think one of my kids may come out that way, and I'm not gonna love them no less. I don't think that they become a different child just because they decided that they wanted to be gay. Like, that don't change it for me. So he goes, well, what happens if their significant other comes over and busts your windows out and it affects you? Nigga, in a heterosexual relationship, I can go bust your mama windows out. Nigga, you come up my house and bust my fucking windows out. It happens in a heterosexual relationship. What the fuck are you talking about? One of them podcast niggas, I'm telling you. The turn-offs. The turn-offs. So, back to the lusting part, right? So, he's going on his little tangent, and I'm just looking at him. And this man does that little flick of the tongue and then says, yeah, that's me lusting right there. Go ahead and do laundry, put that thought on your mind. And I look at him in pure disgust because I am extremely disgusted. Like, sir, don't flick your fucking tongue at me. That is so nasty. I don't like shit like that. Nigga, let me tell y'all something. I am one of those people, the few women in the world that don't ask for dick pics. I have never asked for a dick pic, and I really get grossed out when I get them, right? Because a normal woman, you would probably think like, oh my goodness, let me look at the dick and be like, oh, you know, it's pretty or whatever. In my mind, this is the way my mind works. You send me that dick pic, I think about the process that went into that. Like, you had to jack yourself to get semi-hard. Then you had to angle the fucking camera under your balls, or you be like, oh no, that's not a good angle. Let me try to move the camera here. Like, I think about shit like that, and to me that is disgusting. To me that is cringe worthy. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like stuff. So when he did like the flick of the tongue, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. And it wasn't even a cute flick. Like, your tongue not even fucking long. And that was not sexy. I don't know. That was very cringy. For you to be 40 and doing that, like, whoa. Whoa. For any man that is watching who need the game be broken down to y'all, this is some Lord Mercier setting powder. If you need the game broken down to you, women really go crazy for men who act like they don't want it. Okay? If you want it, like you want to have sex with a woman, act like you don't. I'm telling you, act like you don't. And the more you act like you don't, the more that's going to be super sexy to a woman. Because it's going to be like, oh my gosh, he's not just here for my body. Like, this nigga just like, he vibing, he chilling. Niggas like that is a turn on for me, right? So for you to really come out and be like, oh, okay, now I know what it is. Like, you're trying to objectify me. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I was already turned off even more. So I'm like, I'm gonna go. So I hang up the phone, right? And I had no intentions of talking to him again. Like I said, probably maybe hit him up once a month, see if he wanted to go out for a drink when I'm bored type of thing. But anything else, yeah, it was going to be a no. I'm gonna use some of my Beauty Bakery in shade Almond to just kind of highlight the rest of my face, that I don't want to appear as bright. But yeah, y'all, that was a major turn off. Like, I like older men, but when they do shit like that, I see them as old. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're no longer in the Silver Fox crew when you do stuff like that. Like, I see you as very cringy old people, like no teeth type of thing. That's how I begin to envision you. Look, I'm itching right now because you made me cringe. So, yeah, so I had no intentions of hitting him back up. That was it for me, right? But the fact that you don't read social cues, I'm like, okay, this man is really fucking stupid. Going back to emotional intelligence, he just lacks it, right? So he hits me up the very next day as if nothing happened. He actually hit me up that night. I'm like, good night. Nigga, like, you didn't see how abruptly I got off the phone when you did that? Like, okay, something wrong with you. Women have told you that shit is cute in the past. It ain't. So, and then he also mentioned that he hadn't had sex in a couple, no, he said what did he say, a year he hadn't had sex. And I was like, yeah, I see why. The woman that gives you the cat is somebody fucking extremely special. Maybe riding a slow bus, because that's the ill. So he texts me the next day and it's like, good morning, right? So you've already hit me with the good morning, you've hit me with the good night. I've seen the text come through and I didn't fucking feel like answering. I had a lot of shit going on that day. And again, I had just been turned off. So I was like, you're going to have to give me like a little bit of a break. And we can kind of see if I feel differently. But I'm pretty sure that I'm not. So yeah, whatever. So I just didn't respond. Maybe 2 hours later, he texts and says, how's your day going? No response, right? And I guess that must have pissed him off, because 2 hours later, he hits me again and says, so what are you doing that you can't respond to me? Who the fuck you talking to? Who are you talking to? Did I say you were my man? Because they're the only people that I respond to is my man. I said, this man done lost his everlasting mind if he think I'm going to be responding and telling him where I'm at and why I'm not responding to you in a matter that you see as timely. You lost your fucking mind. I typed him a long ass fucking text to let him know. And it was very polite. And this is how you know I was irritated, because I didn't cuss. See, when I'm calm, relaxed, and just vibing, I curse because, like, I'm relaxed. I'm comfortable, right? I didn't cuss not one time in that message. I said, yeah, now you know you've pissed me off. I've been very professional with you in this message, right? So hopefully he was going to take the hint. Girl, he talking about, no, I'm straight on that because I see the type of woman you is. Now, I'm good on that. I didn't disrespect you. Yeah, you did. You did disrespect me when you asked me my whereabouts. You are not my man. You are not my children. I'm not obligated to you. You've overstepped your fucking boundaries. Them the type of questions you ask somebody like when y'all have been dating for a while, when you in a relationship. Them not no type of questions you ask me after 2 days. Like, that's not gonna work for me. I don't like that. That was your last damn straw, okay? Now you had already pushed it the previous night, but that right there was the final straw for me, and we'll never speak again. He's on the block list. Like when I tell you, I block people immediately. I don't do second go rounds. I don't do, well, let me spin the block again. You'll never get the chance to spin the block on me again because you're blocked. Because you're blocked. And you know what? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was probably already a little bit even more irritated because my ex brought his ass over here fucking with me as well, talking about, can we talk? So I'm like, really don't want to because, like, yesterday was just not a day to talk, right? Like, I'm already irritable. But he's like, well, I'm going to bring you food. I'm not going to refuse food, so let's damn do it. So he comes over here and he's like, I wanted to talk about us. Like, I don't want it to be awkward. Sir, you don't get to tell me how to interact with you. Now, if you see it as being awkward, that's on you. But for me, it's not awkward at all. It's not the way things were. Like, the way that we interacted previously is not how we're going to interact going forward. This is a different dynamic. Things are going to be different. It is not going to be the same. And I think that's what he's trying to convey is we don't talk the way that we used to. Sir, we're not supposed to. We're not together. I was so irritated because I'm like, not the man who can't take off of work, taking off of work to drive your ass over here to fuck with me today. Not this man. Not this man to come over here and have a conversation face to face to tell me that it does not have to be awkward. That's a conversation that could have been had over the phone. Why are you here? Oh my goodness. I was over it yesterday. I'm like, please, I don't know why. And I don't know if he got cameras in my house. Well, I have cameras, but I'm like, I don't know if you sent yourself the password or if you pay attention to my YouTube because it's just very ironic that now out of all days you want to talk. Oh, it's like, And then it was so crazy because as soon as he hit me up, oh boy hit me up directly after. Like, what the fuck? That was the universe telling me that I'm not sure if I'm ready to get back in the game. I mean, I feel like I am. I am ready to date again because, you know, it was fun. I had fun. Maybe I'll start my chronicles of dating. Would y'all be interested in that? Like, me keep telling y'all about how the hell these potential prospects are going? All right, let's hurry up and get done because I literally have 20 minutes before I'm supposed to be out of the door headed to work. No fault of you guys, fault of my own because I have time management problems. I be feeling like I'll be running on time and then no, I'll be late. But I refuse to get up like super early this morning to get this done. So it is what it is, you know. But let me know in the comments what do you guys think. Am I tripping or was oh boy moving way too damn quick? I feel like he was just so many red flags, so many, and I feel like I probably didn't even touch the surface of all of the red flags he had. Ugh. Yeah, it was a no. I'm gonna put some blush on. I'm not really a big blush girl, but we're gonna try it again today. I'm gonna use those two colors. It's a little bright. Ooh, it's a little bit bright, but we're gonna see what happens because the girlies on TikTok say it's supposed to be a bright blush, but I don't know because I'm brown, you know, and they be light skinned, so I don't know if that's gonna work for me, but we're gonna see. Of course, we're gonna be using Chestnut by MAC for our lip liner. I feel like that blush actually did add some color. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's actually kind of cute. I like it. Gonna line the lips up real good. And I may do a matte look today. I don't know. Just something about a gloss just makes me happy. If you guys have made it here, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, I'm going in with my Nubian sand because it's here. And like I said, I am running so late. I gotta go. All right, I'm gonna use some of this e.l.f. I think this is in the shade, let me see, Sparkling Rose as my lip color today. I mean, it's my lip gloss, sorry. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know how you guys felt about today's video. Let me know, were those actual red flags or am I overreacting? I don't feel like I am. I feel like it's just too many things that occurred for me to just keep turning a blind eye to. It's just not going to happen. Okay. All right. But I got to go because I'm running late, of course, as always. But I love you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.